YSK The generic language on resume templates isn't supposed to stay generic. You know when you open a resume template and see objective to secure a position where I can be a strong member of my team, utilize my experience, and grow with the company. That doesn't mean keep that sentence or tweak it to something similar. It's asking you to fill in the blanks and create a compelling case for yourself. If I get 2 resumes for a med tech role and one says objective to become a med tech, the other says objective to secure a position where I can be a strong member of my team, utilize my experience, and grow with the company, the first candidate has a massive advantage over the second. Even though the capitalization is off and there's no punctuation, at least I know they want to be a med tech. I don't know anything else about the other person besides the fact that they can download a resume template. YYSK. Does that mean you should start all your resumes with objective to become a med tech? Of course not. You should take the template and make it describe you. For example, the winning resume for this med tech role would probably be objective to secure a position as a med tech where I can utilize my experience in the healthcare industry to become a part of a compassionate and effective care team while progressing towards my CNA license. It's not a perfect objective. It's a long run-on sentence with questionable grammar. But it tells me exactly why this person is interested in my position, exactly why they are a good fit, and exactly why I should call them and get to know them better. If you take that original generic template and make it reflect who you are, you'll have a big advantage over people who have brief statements, and a massive advantage over those who only have a generic, barely edited objective. A lot of people say to just get rid of the objective. It's just not useful information to the person doing the hiring. YSK recruiters mostly skip that part and it doesn't matter what you put there at all. Edit also. Emo. The spelling punctuation errors are much bigger red flags than the generic language. Is it normal to put an objective on a resume? I have never done that in my life. Knowledge evolves over time. That includes resume template theory. We used to be obligated to list our references down at the bottom. Now there's not even a need to put available at request. I've never written an objective. It seems tacky. Isn't that what the CL is for? Also, in all my times reading through resumes, I was never this critical. Reading you loud and clear up. From now on, I'm putting on resumes. Objective to become a med tech. My objective is to get the fucking job. Hence why I am submitting a resume. Why play these ridiculous games? I don't even pay attention to that section generally. It adds nothing useful to my evaluation of the job candidate. Skills, training, but mostly experience is what I'm reviewing for my evaluation. Get rid of the objective. You sent me your resume. I know what your objective was when you applied to it, and all it does is show me that you applied for 20 other jobs with this generic objective. As much as I despise cover letters, I'd rather get one with a paragraph about what led you from wherever you came from to looking into my position specifically. Even if it's I secured a paycheck at Wendy's while I worked on the skills necessary to work in this field, that still gives me more insight to you instead of just numbers and words that you thesaurused together. The delusion is real with objective mission: make a living to pay all these bills. How to achieve that objective vision? You hire me. A useful resume tip that I got was to take out the objective line and place your skills in its place. It's eye-catching because it's at the top of the page and you have a great chance of landing in Interview due to the fact that the person looking at your resume has a small window of time to decide yes or no. Hasn't steered me wrong yet. You might be a bad hiring manager if you make your mind up off the career objective statement. Shouldn't other things matter a lot more? Resumes and opinions about them change all the damn time. There's no resume hack because what one talent manager finds orderly another could find atrocious. One key reason why networking is imperative and actually matters. As a person currently reading resumes, I'll say this is mostly accurate. I have always found the objective statements in resumes kinda funny. If I have your resume in my hand, I already know what your objective is. You can set yourself apart by telling me what you hope to gain from the job and or what kind of unique quality or experience you can bring with you. However, most of the time, I'm trying to figure out how sane of a person you are and if you are going to be problematic in the workplace. They're interested in your position because they want to get paid. If you're lucky, they might even enjoy their job and consider it a calling. Stop interrogating them and critiquing every little thing they may or may not have written. My CV doesn't have any rubbish like this on it. It states my skills and employment history. And people in my industry know what those skills entail. If they don't, I don't want to work for them. Mods, this is a terrible YSK to the point of pushing bad info. LPT, just remove the objective. I've never read it, and it provides no value. Your objective is clearly to get a job using your skills. Duh. Source me. Who interviews and hires people for tech companies? Objectives are absurd on resumes to begin. Objective: get a job. Who the hell is putting objective statements on their resume in 2023? Or in 2010? Objective: money, so I can exist and so can my family. I used to work in HR. We don't even read that part or cover letters, LMAO. I have a demonstrated history of working in the business industry. Also, resumes need to be 5 letters long, all spaced 3.71 inches apart, in a tasteful sans serif. God fucking help you if there's serifs font that nobody will read. You should know the fact that you wrote this tells me you're a jackass. AKA, simp harder wage monkey. HR daddy needs to know how bad you want it. I've never once seen an objective statement. Am in college and seen many resumes. From my own peer group and older. Never once. Maybe it's an antiquated thing? At first I thought this was about downloading a template and not filling in your experience at all. Which is absurd. Because the whole point of a resume is your experience. This is the dumbest YSK I've read. You can easily tell both candidates want to be a med tech by the fact that they both applied for the position of med tech. Objectives are outdated. And if you are still putting it on your resume, or judging a resume based on the objective, you don't know what you are doing. Get with the times. Who gives a fuck about an objective? I really hate some HR people. Shit like this is the reason they hire people that are good at some meta stuff and don't get the real work done. Most good colleagues and team members somehow got hired despite HR, not because of it. It's ridiculous, and with current demographics it will be an employee market anyway. Who upvotes this shit? This advice isn't only super subjective, but it's incredibly outdated. I'm an advertising creative, and I've found that resume templates rules are completely useless in my line of work. Emo. Objectives and summaries are a waste of valuable real estate. I wouldn't bother going through them. I just want better salary. Other thing is pure BS. YSK, modern recruiting is a scam.